You know, I look at you, I see a man like me.
Well, this might sound unbelievable, but in this movie Steven Seagal made a comeback as a legendary action movie star.
Even without any acting abilities or martial arts skills.
He's quite skilled at pushing people. This film is in a language where people get by using just two main words. One of them on N.
Oh, naggers, of course. Naggers.
Another of them on MF. And surprise, surprise, Steven Seagal is not a cop in this one. He didn't serve in any special forces.
Yeah, well, I really wasn't in the military.
Yeah, he mastered his pushing skills while sitting on the couch with a burger.
No. All the fighting stuff, I got that off of home videos.
And you can clearly see it. The well-fed face is always dominating the frame in action scenes.
I can't see shit!
Steven also learned conducting investigation by watching the home videos. So in Urban Justice, the whole detective part is all about sensei going around the county and asking every person he meet where Richie Madonna went.
Anybody seen Richie? Huh?
That was in another movie. Here he is only interested in figuring out who killed his son.
Motherfucker, you gonna tell me who killed my son?
So, right from the beginning, the plot of the film takes a crazy twist as this couple finds themselves in a time loop. Now they are stuck repeating the same lines.
I gotta go. No, I don't want you. Please. Got to. No. Got to. No. Got to. No.
This dude, Max, seems to be a paparazzi, and today he caught the local troublemakers getting caught by cops on camera. Sadly, he couldn't catch anything but an outstretched hand, so it looks like Max has to go for shots at night when the streets are buzzing with more lively criminal activity.
But dinner's almost ready. I know. I'll make it quick.
Girl, if he keeps submitting pictures of random hands to the paper, you might run out of dinner ideas pretty soon.
Linda's gonna have my ass.
Max wouldn't be bringing anything else to the newspaper because someone brought him a bullet to the body.
It was the best shot in his life.
He was literally swept off his feet by the dizziness of success.
And it turns out, Max is Steven Seagal's son.
And you guys might think that in the guy's funeral, these people want to bring a few good shots to the belly of the beast.
But in reality, these brave soldiers are here for a different reason. To shoot the Aikido Master away from decent folks.
I wanted to come over and pay my condolences, but I just wasn't quite in the mood. Sorry.
And we will never find out why Steven was so upset.
Maybe it's like a mood swing, my hormones, I don't know. You know, maybe it's my need to impose my will.
But for the rest of the movie, he will be walking around with that gloomy look on his face. The day after funeral, Steven Seagal decided to escape the city buzz and chill in a quiet neighborhood.
Are you sure this is the kind of place you're looking for?
Well, if the doorways are wide enough, why not?
It comes furnished. Change your mind?
No, it's perfect.
All right.
The place is indeed perfect for staring at stains, catching on the latest news.
I'm going to see him soon or something, and then you kind of remember the unthinkable has actually happened.
Yeah, the only downside of this spot is that you can't even take a few steps towards McDonald's without bumping into some hungry beggars.
I'm starting to get scared. I really kind of feel like I got to make it out. A little tequila for you. Keep yourself warm. Sandwich. Nice to meet you, brother.
Coming back from McDonald's one day, Steven is disappointed. They've got a new neighbor who is also a fan of Big Tasty.
Come here. Sit down.
And of course, Steven Seagal has no intention of sharing his food.
I understand, man.
Especially since he is finishing everything on his way back and comes home hungry again. But suddenly, it turns out that new neighbor knew his son Max and was even feeding him information.
So you a snitch?
Man, that's a rude term, man. I was a confidential informant.
In other words, you're a snitch.
Man, fuck you, man. I'm leaving, man.
Nice. And right there, a brilliant idea was born in the mind of the main action hero.
I just want the motherfucker to kill my son.
After those insults with snitch and stuff, Gary has no intention of helping the Aikido Master. So now Sensei has to wander without a purpose and sneak into random houses that are left unguarded.
What the fuck's your bitch ass doing off in here?
He just wanted to find out that mother...
Wait, Donnie.
He's losing air a little bit, but all you hear.
Alright, Steven, now you can start investigation.
Motherfucker, you gonna tell me who killed my son?
Man, I don't know shit.
Who killed my son?
I don't know shit.
Unfortunately, the guys didn't know who Seagal was, nor did they know who his son was, so from now on Seagal decided to act a bit smarter. Before taking out innocent people, now he will make introduction at least.
Hello. I'm Simon Bannister, Max's father.
Simon, yeah. Max spoke very fondly about you.
All right, babe.
However, before kicking some butts, you need to answer the main question for yourself.
Like how to combine Zen Buddhism with arrogance and senseless violence.
No, the main question is whose butts haven't been kicked yet. And to answer that, the ideal approach is to have a private conversation with a snitch away from unwanted eyes.
You crazy?
We need to talk.
See all those eyes on us? Any of them see me get in that car with you, man, I'm dead, you feel me?
I don't care.
Are you sure that no one will see you guys talking here?
Like I said, I don't really care.
It's not looking good for me, man.
Well, look, I'll just pretend like I'm a policeman.
Well, I guess it will do.
But overall, for the additional secrecy, it's better to be hidden inside a car.
What the fuck is he doing?
So, Steven, what did you want to talk to young man about?
I don't care who ordered the hit. I don't care whose business is what. I need you to help me find who killed my son. You think this guy might have pulled the trigger?
Maybe he had somebody pull a drive-by.
I have an idea. How about sticking posters on poles with this question? Did you happen to kill my son? At least there will be his photo and name.
Since Gary has no idea who killed Sensei's son, he sends Steven Seagal
To Thailand,
Nope.
to Poland, to Romania.
Wrong again.
No. Did he send Steven Seagal to go fuck himself?
Gary sends Steven Seagal to Danny Trejo.
I'm Simon Bannister.
But it turns out that Trejo didn't kill Max.
I swear on my dead mother's grave.
I believe you.
Though he can take a guess at who might be responsible.
You ever heard of a gang called the East Side Gangsters? I heard it came from them.
It sounds like maybe you're asking me to take out your competition.
I am.
I believe you.
At that moment, Steven Seagal remembered that it's been a while since he kicked someone's butt. So why not address this unpleasant situation?
Yeah, fuck face control anyway.
And everything would have been perfect. Everyone would have lived happily ever after.
But these two morons somehow missed a gigantic blob from a distance of 1 foot.
This motherfucker is all over the goddamn road.
Bro, you had one job. So now we have to endure probably the most pathetic chase in the history of cinema.
Yeah, it is really dull, but until Steven, with a masterful left turn, turns the car to the right. In typical fashion, he blindly shoots in random directions, but still successfully blow up a helicopter.
It's just a car this time, and those inside got away with just a slight fright and a couple of nut kicking.
After that, they got a couple more slaps from their manager. But the worst of all is, of course, that Steven walks away with their wallets, with cash, cards and stuff, you know. And with this loot, he quickly headed back, naturally to the fridge, to chill there with a couple of beers, placing Max's and his own photos in different locations in Photoshop. And since he can't use Photoshop properly even being sober, after a few more beer bottles, Steven Seagal shuffled over to the motel girl to convince at least her that he was once close to his son.
When he was a child, I really didn't spend much time with him. That's how he and I were, you know. That close.
Okay, but when he got older, you started spending more time together, right?
No.
Well, they met quite frequently, at least once every 10 years.
You could be away from somebody for 10 years. Knock on the door, walk through that door, and it's like you never left.
After a few more bottles of beer, Steven Seagal concluded it was time to hack all those national and international governmental and corporate secrets and finally find out who killed Max.
Armand Tucker, no convictions.
Wait a minute. Armand Tucker is black. Gary, the snitch inherited by Seagal from his son, is also black.
What if they are both the same person, thought Steven Seagal, and immediately set out to find Gary/Armand with no conviction. But at that moment, this gentleman, it seems, also mixed up Gary with one of their friends.
And Gary's like, I just have a very common face. He couldn't think of any better plan than to run to the least crowded street.
Now Steven Seagal has to listen to insults thrown his way.
Didn't you hear me, white boy?
Got your back, brother. You call him white boy, mother...
None of us, including the Aikido Master himself, knows his color, but he definitely doesn't look like a boy.
Though he is still not against of having a good fun with a never-aging game, Open Nuts.
What? What, y'all never played that game before? It's old school.
While in the car, Steven again confused Gary. Now he thinks he is talking to his brother.
Hey, did your brother kill my son?
Bro, that's Gary. Man, you have to do something with these recognition issues.
Man, fuck you, man. I'm leaving, man.
Steven didn't notice that Gary jumped out of the moving car. He went driving with the broken window around the area until he urgently needed a bathroom break. But instead of a toilet, the action movie star accidentally entered a secured secret warehouse of Cook Gang.
It turns out that in the warehouse, the cooks are hiding baking soda.
It is baking soda.
A whole suitcase of baking soda, thought Steven Seagal.
That's fucking baking soda, bitch!
People make nice sweet burgers with it, if I remember correctly.
If you add it to cupcakes, they become soft, airy, and so tender.
Yeah, having baking soda is much better than stealing wallets from teenagers. Without a second thought, Steven immediately opens the lock with a pocket knife. But on the second thought, making burgers is much harder than eating them. So at this point, Steven loses all the motivation to carry around a suitcase full of uncooked burgers and heads back to the model where the food is ready to be eaten.
But when he got older, I really kind of feel like I got to make it up.
Unfortunately, the Cook Gang is also headed that way.
Steven is like, I didn't touch your soda. He proceeds to shoot them all one by one while they're jumping at him, catching bullets at their stomachs. But since the Aikido Master isn't accustomed to aiming where he shoots, the bullets fly into random pedestrians, random parked cars.
One of the bullets even found its way to the shoulder of Steven's stunt double. Well, good thing the model lady is more skilled with a gun.
Dim sum, bitch!
Things are heading towards the romantic scenes outside the strip bar this time, and Steven is all set for the kiss.
When suddenly, BAM! The girl has a boyfriend.
No, Simon, let go. That's my cousin Winston. Simon, stop. That's my cousin. Let him go.
No need to stress, bro. He's not a competitor, just a cousin. Sure, he's younger and more good looking, but we are not in the 17th century, and this is definitely not a royal family. Meanwhile, spring has come. The money for the rent of this tiny room has run out.
How much you say I owe you?
$125.
And it's time to break into someone else's apartment.
As usual, instead of looking for money, Steven is once again going through someone else's dirty laundry.
Yo, man, what the fuck you doing in my house?
Would you kill my son with this?
Nigga, we didn't do that shit. You been running around town fucking up everybody over this shit.
Well, it's not the best excuse when being caught, but at least it's something, I guess. Now just keep playing along this story, bro.
Don't teach Seagal how to deceive.
You killed my son with this, didn't you?
The fuck? Play me?
Whoops! Suddenly Steven forgot about the pastry chiefs gathering.
The food enthusiasts from different states have already started picking the best baking soda in the country without him.
Armand Soda clearly won't take the top spot this year, but he has a nice backup plan ready just in case.
That's the motherfucking contingency plan, partner.
Steven is so disappointed for missing the food tasting that he emptied his entire magazine into this guy.
Yes, no more bullets, but hey, there is a fantastic old school game, Open Nuts.
Open nuts! What?
According to the guy Steven can't seem to recognize, but who had already deceived Sensei 2 or 3 times, this is the person who shot his son Max.
Right before Armand's eyes, a massive unarmed belly is choking his friend and the business buddy.
But Steven is way too cool to be shot, so Armand just hands him the gun. They shake hands for a pretty extended period of time, but it seems they can't become friends, since Armand doesn't have the main ingredient for burgers.
I got no beef with you.
Yeah, you can try to make patties from all the people laying around, but Steven is not that hungry yet, so he just simply waddles away. So, at the end of the day, Steven Seagal shot everyone he met, instead of the very person who actually ordered to finish his son.
It's a cool motherfucker.
So now we can see on hidden cam how Steven Seagal walks towards the nearest McDonald's. Because, excuse me, I just can't believe he walked all this way without a stunt double just for a movie.